everyone, welcome back to another episode in Project C.A.R, which will hopefully be the last one which we spent on taking things apart, and after this we'll be starting to build up a car again. Anyway, what we still need to do is take out the front windscreen and the one in the back. We're a little bit on a time schedule here because the car is being picked up in 4 days time to go for a chem dip, so fingers crossed this will be a pretty straightforward job. However, what I've been reading online is that it could be quite complicated. So let's see what we can find. But first off, we'll have to make sure that the rubber is loose, it's not stuck down with anything. The amount of sealant I found on this car so far doesn't bode well, but hopefully we'll get that out pretty quickly. Once we've checked the outer seal, what we'll start gently folding back the rubber on the inside around the body frame. Hopefully that will pop out without shattering the glass. So fingers crossed it won't, and it'll be a straightforward job. So anyway, that's enough of an introduction. I think we get our tools and let's get to work. So apparently we are to leave the chrome strip inside the rubber and not take it apart. So what I'm going to try and do is use this little pointy tool, hopefully not too sharp. If that doesn't work, we've got a flat screwdriver, just to run it underneath the rubber all the way around, just to make sure it's loose. I'm actually pretty happy that we take this inside, start peeling back the rubber, and hopefully we can get the window out. So let's try that, shall we? Alright, so here we are. Let's see if we can. Might have to just gently put in a little tool to get going. To be honest, I have no idea how this is going to work out. Okay, clearly that doesn't work. Right, time to see if we can find some helpful tools, because this isn't working. Alright, so technique number one, I guess, or number two since one didn't work. I've got some wooden pegs that I've taken apart. Hopefully I can wiggle these in, keep the rubber from coming back. This might work. Not sure the missus will appreciate this very much, but desperate times require desperate measures, shall we say? Okay, so what's happening at the moment is that I can actually very carefully push the rubber behind the metal frame of the car by doing this. Now I can see fresh air through there, so hopefully this technique will keep working, and we'll just hope for the best, I think. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep working around, and then with a bit of luck the window will come out eventually. I know it's not that clear to watch on the camera, but what I'm doing is I'm wedging them in and then trying to flip them and then push them a little bit further, so they're basically in between the rubber and the body of the car. So far it seems to be working okay-ish, so I think we'll just keep doing this. Once I've got a little bit of it, I use the other end of it, the thicker bit, to push the rubbers in between the pegs, basically push it over the body edge, and then you can actually carefully pull out the pegs you've just used and pop them back in slightly further down the line. In all honesty, I don't know how this affects your rubber. So far it doesn't seem to be that affected by it. The wood is not sharp, so it shouldn't cut your rubber or rip it or anything like that. If it does, I'll let you know, but yeah, up to this point I think if you just gently go around the entire edge, this may well work. Okay, so any marks? Yes, the rubber where I've got my pegs have a slight imprint in them where they've been squished. Doesn't look like they've damaged them, but it's probably worth checking them at the end just to make sure you've got a solid rubber still, either in a water test or something similar to that. Alright, let's pop across to the other side and I'll do a bit more on this end. As you can see, the window's already starting to move. That's good. That is very good news. Okay, I probably can pull out the window now. So let's give that a gentle try. Okay. Huh. I have no idea how heavy this is. Okay, reasonably heavy, actually. I don't want to damage it. Alright. That was actually easier than I expected it to be. I didn't think the pack's actually going to work, but they do. So, having a quick look at my rubber. Yes, it's old. I think this is still the original rubber. I've got a little... Actually, the pack imprints are not that severe. They're actually marks where they've almost rubbed off the dust. As long as you're careful, they shouldn't damage your rubber that much, if at all. Okay, a couple of traces of rust, especially in this corner here. Yes, okay, there is a bit of rust on the body here, but overall, she's not looking bad at all. So I've got a little bit of cleaning up to do here, as in I'll have to, oh god, I've got to take off these fabric bits and everything. So I'm going to do that in the meantime, and when we come back we'll do the same job on the rear window, which hopefully will be as straightforward as the front was, though I'm not entirely sure because the ceiling bracket there might obstruct it a bit, but we'll have a look. First off, I'm just going to clean this up, and then we'll come back in a little bit. So we're at the back window. Before, I assume yours will have it as well. Rear window heating, just make sure you undo the connectors before you pull the window out. If you're just doing a window replacement or any other repairs, just make sure you unplug them. So there's one on either side. Just undo those, and then you should be able to get the window out with any further problems. Anyway, we're going to use the same technique. So I've got my pegs. We'll start in the middle of the top, work our way around, and then hopefully with a little bit of lifting it upwards and wiggling, it should come free at the bottom. Right, time to pop across to the... I just had a piece of metal stuck up me derrière. Oh, there, right. Right, time to continue the process on this end. Right, here we go. Let's gently fold it. Right, lift it a little bit to get the bottom rubber out. And she's free. Flip her over. There we go. That's it. So what have I learned? That first of all, pegs are your friend. Make sure you've got nice, I've used wooden ones with soft corners so you don't damage the rubber, or at least minimize any potential damage. Start in the top, work your way around, at least get 3/4 done, so the top and the sides, and then you can basically tilt it slightly, pull it away from the body, and then upwards to undo the bottom seal, and then you've got 2 windows out. So now the job is to remove the rubber from the window somehow. I haven't figured out yet exactly how it sits, but I think that's a job for another time. I think it's time to wrap it up. Yeah, hopefully this was of good use to you. You've learned something you can use this and apply this to your own car, or any other classic, which I imagine are a similar way of mounting the windows. The next episode will be of us starting to turn the car into a rally car, in that we will do any required bodywork that needs doing. We'll start modifying the car, cutting away brackets for the new seats, relaying, wiring, fuel lines, mounting points that are required for various bits and bobs. We'll start putting in the roll cage, which hopefully will have arrived by then, and we'll go from there really. So again, thank you very much for joining me today, and I'll see you at the next episode. Bye bye.